We're going to do a general and self-care oracle reading for Virgo season. So this is what you need to know, the collective needs to know in general and for self-care during Virgo season. Blossoming abundance. Okay. Sun. So we have blossoming abundance, the sun, solar plexus chakra, and sacral chakra. So this seems like Virgo season is going to be about balancing emotions, creativity, trying to find more of a stable routine, building confidence. This could be finally kind of putting some type of idea into action and being confident with it. It's showing more manifestations coming in. I'm also seeing like upgrades, downloads, things intuitively as well. Magician in the mirror. It's going to be about balancing, finding a balance between like kind of remaining optimistic versus having anxiety. So it's kind of showing like sometimes you can feel like you have it all together, you have a plan, and then when things maybe start to kind of not go according to plan, then it causes anxiety, fear, can kind of throw you off balance. So this seems like Virgo season is going to be about staying on track, whether it's something that you've started and stopped before, trying to create consistency, routine, which is kind of what Virgo energy is about. And not feeling down on yourself if you do have to start over, or if it doesn't, you don't start something on an exact date or get something done on an exact date that you had planned. Yeah, contract here. It's a good balance. It's like the start of maybe a solid routine, or the start of building something, whether it's tied to career or finances or just stability overall. So this seems like this is kind of like creating that idea, starting to implement it. You may find a little bit more balance, or it may not really stick until more of Libra season, which will be right after Virgo season. It's also saying it's going to be important to have people around you that are in support of it. So like, for example, let's say you told yourself that you were going to stop a bad habit during Virgo season, but then you hang out with people that are doing it, and they're not on the same path or same journey with what you're trying to do. You kind of would have to ask yourself, like, is it worth still being around those people? Maybe needing to put some distance, especially if it's something like a vice or things like that. You may even find that, temple path here. You may even find that you are no longer in line with certain people or certain environments. This could also be maybe something tied to work, or working environment, or co-workers, or friends, family. So as you are trying to kind of grow, create that consistency, build yourself, it's going to be important that you have the right people around that while you're trying to do this. Or if they're no longer aligned, then you may have to kind of put some space there. So this seems like Virgo season is about getting things on track. Really, too, if it's certain things that you still want to accomplish or wanted to accomplish in 2026, it seems like now is the time to really start to put that plan into action so you can still accomplish it during this year. Let's pull some self-care cards. What are some self-care tips for the collective during Virgo season? We have build strength. Sound healing could help. Abundance planning. So this is like budgeting, or maybe just manifesting, writing down dreams, goals. You have health checkup here as well. So some of you may need to do that. With this build strength, I feel like this is about physically, but also too more tied to willpower. And that's why it's going to be important that you are in the right environment, especially as you're trying to grow. So, and that tends to be what the Virgo energy is about too. Like, it makes me think of the Hermit in tarot. You may need to kind of isolate or reflect, do shadow work, take time to rest, maybe not be up for being around a whole lot of people. And during that time, it may be needed so you can really focus inward and plan and notice the difference without having certain people or environments in your energy. Also, music here, certain frequencies and sounds could help as well. Let's pull from this deck. Anything else they need to know for self-care during Virgo season? We got nutrition. Okay, you have nutrition. Your body is your temple. Try changing your eating habits. Ritual: to experience the magic of life, you must practice it. First, practice it. Speak up. What are you not saying that's eating you up inside? You can't keep this in forever. It's time to let it out so you can move on and be happy. And F, being nice. Be nice, but not too nice. Not everyone deserves your kindness. It's kind of confirming some of the things that I mentioned. Number one, this could be nutrition, or giving up certain things could be something that you're trying to do. Again, whether that's like some type of substance or food or sugar or whatever. Again, it could be difficult to do that if you are still around it. With ritual, this makes me think of more about manifestations here. And this, we did have the Magician in the Mirror come out, and that's kind of Virgo energy. So maybe just writing certain things down. You could do the 3-6-9 method. Maybe making a vision board, since we're basically kind of like halfway through the year, a little more than halfway. Yeah, we're a little more than halfway through the year. So maybe things that you want to accomplish the last quarter and a half of the year. So really focusing on calling certain things in and manifesting. Speak up. This could be tied to maybe if there's certain feelings, emotions, things that you've been suppressing. Finding an outlet, finding a way to kind of get it out. Also, defending yourself if you need to. Using your throat chakra. And then this is also here too, like it's okay to kind of isolate or pour into yourself, especially during this time. So kind of going into hermit mode a little bit. And also too, by you doing that, you can see what energy that you're giving out, if it's actually being reciprocated back to you, if people will show up, if people will understand, if people will support, especially if you tend to give and not receive. So this could kind of open that as well, as far as like the surroundings, or if something is worth the energy that you're investing. But most importantly, you just pouring whatever energy back into yourself so you can grow. Lastly, we'll close it out with 2 of these. Anything else they need to know, advice they need to know for Virgo season? Anything else they need to know for Virgo season? Okay. Step back. You're being asked to step back from your life in order to gain perspective. When you're too close to a situation, it can be hard to make a decision. Span out and view your life from a distance so you can get the perspective needed. This keeps kind of bringing up hermit energy, doing shadow work or reflecting, having time to really pause, check in, asking yourself if you are happy or satisfied with where things are in your life. What can you do to change that if you're not? Or even if you are happy or satisfied, like what else do you want long term? So this seems like really coming up with a plan for your future, but maybe needing to take a step back in order to reevaluate that. And then presence, you're being asked to spend more time in the present moment and to stop ruminating about the past or longing for the future. Your life is happening right now, and when you're not present for it, you miss all of its beauty. So this is kind of tied to taking this step back, because if you're able to kind of look at where things are right now, it could kind of ease certain fears or anxiety if you're able to kind of come up with a plan or finally get on track with something. This makes me think of like either procrastination or just fear of if certain things will come in, maybe feeling like you don't have control of things. So taking this pause can allow you to kind of gauge where you're at so you feel a little bit more confident about what's to come in the future and not fearful of it, but also too accepting what's happened in the past so it's no longer holding you back. So I feel like what this is saying is there needs to be a balance of, and you may need to check in now to see, is there something that's still holding me back, that's tied to the past, that's causing me to procrastinate or hold back or be fearful of the future. So this definitely seems like there needs to be like a time to kind of pause and reflect, check in, what can you do differently, what are some realistic steps to applying certain or some of those things that you can do to better yourself in your future. So, and that makes sense because that's kind of what Virgo energy is about: discipline, routine, things like that. And it could either be, it could either go very well and you be very structured and stable, or it could be the complete opposite. So this seems like it's the time to really get on track so you can accomplish the goals and dreams that you have, but also just be better energetically and emotionally. So that's what I'm picking up self-care wise and in general wise for Virgo season. If you're interested in your own self-care reading, you can book on my website, or any reading if you want a general or whatever. Everything's in the link tree in my bio or on intuitivekate.com.